The bottom of the totem pole, then we have folks at the top of the totem pole who may be, the roadblocks. Who should we go after first to convince? I mean, is it really just about us? Is it be the change you want to see in the world, whether you're at the top or the bottom?
Well, see, the whole "my boss won't let me" thing is a problem. And I start with this. If you're saying that if you go to your boss and say, "May I do blah, blah, blah," that your boss says no. Well, of course she says no. She says no because what you're really saying is, if I do this and it fails, it'll be your fault.
Right.
And if it succeeds, I get the credit. Okay?
Yeah.
No boss will do that.
Yeah.
So that's a crutch.
And it could be the HR department too, saying, you've got to write with pens that only have blue ink or whatever.
They might, but that's the second part. If you truly work in an organization that will not let you take even a little initiative, you ought to try to get fired. Because first of all, I don't think you really work in an organization like that.
Right.
But if you do, why are you wasting today and tomorrow and the next month and the next 6 months doing that?
Oh, maybe it's, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, maybe it's just in our minds.
Maybe
it's the
that's where it
resistance.
is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
We feel stuck.
So for example, when I worked at my only real job at Spinnaker Software, it was a real company back in the day when there were real companies with real jobs. But I did things like on Christmas Day, when most of the people who were buying educational computer games were opening their educational computer games, I came in and answered the phones instead of having no one answer the phone. Because it was fun. 3 hours of helping kids on Christmas morning, talking to them, blah, blah, blah. Well, was someone going to fire me for doing that? Was I in any company? Can you imagine getting fired for doing that? So 2 weeks later, when you're at a meeting and someone's talking about rewriting the manuals, you can say, well, when I was answering the phones and I talked to 200 people, everyone in the room sits there quietly because you're now the expert. Right. Why are you the expert? Because you figured out what to say when you answered the phone, and you're the only person in the room at your level who's ever talked to a customer, and you've talked to 200 of them. What does that cost?
Yeah.
Right? And so the point is that we all have so many more degrees of freedom than we give ourselves credit for, even if you're a waitress at Denny's.